Hey, what's going on YouTube? Decided to make a Q&A video today. It's been a couple months since I've actually got around to one, so felt like it would definitely be a good time to finally make another. If anybody has a question they would like answered on the next Q&A video, please also make sure you leave that in the comment section. But with that said, let's hop right into the questions. So for the first question here, AHP 9000 says, what got you into League of Legends? So I've actually been playing MOBAs before League of Legends was even a thing. Of course, before then, it was just Dota 1. Back then, a couple of the friends I played Dota with got into League of Legends, they told me to try out the game, and of course, I ended up liking it, and that's where it began. For the next one, we've got a big one from Hard Play, and he says when to pick Trundle over Warwick and vice versa. For example, I'm picking Warwick versus assassins like Katarina because of crowd control, am I right? Can you give me more advertisements? I don't really know what you mean by the whole advertisement thing. I guess me showing your name here is an advertisement, so you are welcome. Now, as for the whole Trundle versus Warwick thing, I would say Warwick is generally a better pick unless the enemy team is very tanky. As long as there's some tanky champions on the enemy team that Trundle can use his ultimate against, he is a very, very solid pick, but otherwise, I would generally say Warwick would be stronger. For the next question, Sam says, hey, best mid laner from Bronze 2 here. I like to roam and I always go to bot lane. As a jungle main, I'm sure your bot lane has made you sad as well. What are your thoughts on the mid laner ganking top lane more often? Is top lane a better lane to help snowball than bot lane with the recent changes to mid and bot lane? So the answer here completely depends on what you have on your team. If you have something like a tank Nautilus in top lane versus a Kai'Sa in bot lane, you definitely want to try to snowball the Kai'Sa if possible, because a Nautilus in the late game is not really going to do too much for you. Of course, if that Kai'Sa ends up being complete dog shit, then you may want to just avoid bot lane altogether, but it kinda depends on your teammates and the champions they're playing. Next, Dave says, is there a difference playing ranked solo, flex, or solo dual queue? Also, I'm only playing Jax top, Galio and Swain top/mid to climb as I kinda one-trick them. Is this a good idea? So there's not too much of a difference between flex and solo queue. I would say solo queue is something people try hard in more, so it's kinda more serious. There's a lot of people that don't take flex seriously at all, so if you don't like getting trolled, I mean, you probably want to avoid flex altogether. As for the champions you're playing, they seem really, really solid. Galio's a really good team fighter, Swain is a great mid lane bully, and Jax is pretty damn busted. As for the champions you're playing, I would say Jax is the best one, but the others are really, really solid. Next here, Sterling Co says, is rek'sai still somewhat viable? I just think she is lagging behind compared to other junglers. So your statement there is pretty damn accurate. She is an okay champion, but she's definitely lagging behind when you compare her against things like Shaco, Jax, Kha'Zix, anything like that. I would say she is pretty decent in the meta at the moment, but definitely not top tier. Then we've got Big Daddy Scorch saying, what do you think of the new Akali rework? So yeah, now that we've seen it for a while, the new Akali is completely and utterly broken. It's bad enough to the point that I make sure she's banned on my team every single time in solo queue, and if she's not, I do it myself. Her invisibility is so incredibly frustrating to fight against, and she's almost unkillable when ganking, and as a jungler, it annoys the shit out of me. Next here, Noah Gonzalez says, can you give me some tips for top lane? The first thing you need to do is decide on the champions you're going to play. Now you do have a Jax picture, so he would be a very good starting point. He is a very, very strong champion, although he is somewhat skill dependent in a lot of matchups, so once you get some of those matchups played, you will be a very, very good top laner. You then have to kind of figure out the style you're going to play, whether you're going to split push with teleport, or whether you're going to try to snowball with ignite. That's something you kind of have to figure out. Just focus on CSing because it is the most important part of your lane phase, and then getting to trading afterwards. So next here we've got Straw Perry saying, is Master Yi good choose on top? So the very simple answer there is no. Master Yi is definitely not a great top laner. He would have an insane amount of hard matchups because of how he's played, but he is an okay jungler. If you're insistent on playing Master Yi, I would take him into the jungle because top lane, it's just going to be too hard for you. Next here, Enraged Seaboy says, when do I take Blue Smite on Jax and when do I go Red Smite? Damn, we have a lot of questions around Jax, but as for Blue and Red Smite, you pretty much always want to go for Red Smite because it helps you a lot in duels. The only time I would go for Blue Smite is if I was against a very mobile team and the enemy jungler was something like a Nidalee and I needed help getting on top of them so I could actually fight them. In all other situations, I would say Red Smite's definitely superior, but Blue Smite does have its place. And for the last question, Sir Satley says, do you think Cyan or Cho'gath scale better, and who do you think is stronger in this meta? Well, as for stronger in this meta, Cyan is definitely the stronger pick because he is played in pro games. A lot of people will play him in solo queue. He's just all around a really, really solid top laner that's not too hard to play. He does, however, fall off pretty hard in the late game. I would say Cho'gath outscales him, but Cyan is somebody that goes for early pressure and can help end games early. But yeah, those are all the questions I've got for this Q&A video. If you guys do have any you want answered on the next one, please leave them down in the comments, and I will not take as long to get to one of these Q&A videos. Anybody that did end up asking a question in the last Q&A video, I really do appreciate it. So yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it, and if you guys have not yet, please check out my second channel. I'm doing daily gameplays there, so if you're looking for more content that you can watch more often, please check out my second channel. It will be down in the video description, and I will put it at the outro card as well. But again, thank you guys again so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, have a good day, and peace.